assuming it's your first session with me, but correct me if I'm wrong. Okay, good. And so, I wanted to let you know that, first of all, go ahead and sit down. Make yourself at home. It's alright. Okay. So, I want to let you know that my methods are a bit unconventional than most therapists. So, if you feel uneasy or not safe, it's important for you to let me know. Although my methods are unconventional, it's important to let you know that I still get positive reviews. So, if anything, it should be alright. And I'm really just here to help you out and to help you get rid of any uneasiness that you might be feeling in your life by just figuring out where you sit at in your current life right now. So I want to get started on a evaluation of just where you are right now. You're right. Sorry. And so I'm going to ask you some psychoanalytical questions that will better gauge where you sit at right now, and that'll give me a better picture. So first of all, I don't even know your name, so let's first get started with some basic information. I have my notes here. Sorry. Just some basic information for me to get to know you. Of course, if you don't feel at any point in the session that you're safe, or maybe we're going in too deep, I want you to stop me and just remember that this is supposed to be a relaxing, judgment-free zone. So, just putting it out there. But here, I'm just gonna ask you some basic questions about you. So, first of all, what I probably should have started with, what's your name? Okay. So, where do you live right now? Okay. Oh, I think I've been there, but actually, I'm not sure if I have been there. Maybe I was there at a young age, I don't remember. But, whatever, that's fine. Okay, so how old are you? Oh, really? Really? You honestly look exactly your age. That's so weird. That is so weird. I usually get people that look younger or sometimes even older, but they never look their age. But you look your age. Sorry for pointing, by the way. To force a habit, I have to get rid of it. Okay. And basically, just tell me, are you, or have you ever been in an accident? Okay. 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 I just needed to know that. Okay. So I would like to ask you more personal questions, but for now, let's head into the psychoanalytical questions that I've prepared for you. So basically, I'd like you to answer the questions however you see fit, and just remember that I'm not judging you, and I'm not here to tell you right or wrong, because there is no right or wrong. This is entirely how you interpret the situation. So now we can get started. But first of all, I want to tell you, you can close your eyes at this point. I think it'd be better for your imagination to run loose while closing your eyes, but you don't have to. You can keep them open. It's totally okay. By the way, I really like your hair. Yeah, it's kind of like, I really like it. I don't know. But anyways, so yeah, whatever you choose, closed eyes or not closed eyes, it's up to you. But anyways, let's get started. Okay, so let me paint the scene for you. You're walking in a forest, okay? You're walking in a forest, and you're walking along a path. Trees all around you. It's a breezy day, sunny. It's what you would call a perfect day. And in this walk in the woods, you're actually walking with someone. Yeah, you're walking with someone. Who is that person that you're walking with? Okay. Yeah, that totally makes sense. It could be anyone, really. Are you sure you want to pick that person? Yeah? Okay. Yeah, that's fine. That's totally fine. Okay, so you're walking, right? And you're walking with this person, and as you keep on walking, a few minutes later, you encounter an animal, a wild animal. Now, the next question would be, what is that animal? And what is it doing? It could be any animal, really. Any animal. Any animal at all. Just make sure you describe what the animal is doing. So, what is it? Okay. Okay. It could be doing anything. Anything from peeing to biting. Literally, it can do anything. It's up to your interpretation, how you see it. So, but that's fine. What you said is fine. Totally fine. Okay. So, you pass that animal, right? And after, you actually see a clearing where there's no trees, just space, just a field, and you see a house right in the middle. Now, all I want to know really is, what's the size of the house? Okay. Yeah, just in your imagination. How big the house is, you know? That's totally fine. Actually, yeah, okay. Okay, so as you're going into the house, actually end up noticing a table inside the house. So, what's on the table? Just, there could be anything on the table. It could be empty. Just briefly explain to me what's on the table. That's inside the house, of course. Okay. That's a unique answer, to be honest. Oh yeah, it is. I've actually never heard that one before. So, you leave the table alone, and you keep on walking, and you eventually reach the end of the house, and you go out the house, through the back door. And as you walk out of the house, on the backyard, first thing you notice, there's a cup. A cup just lying in the middle. So the next question would be, what is the cup made out of? And what do you do to it? Basically saying, well, obviously what the cup is made out of. And then what do you do with the cup? You can do anything to the cup. You can kick it, you can pick it up, you can take it, anything, any action. Okay, so it's made out of that material, huh? Okay. And okay, makes sense. Sorry about that. So, as you keep walking, you actually encounter a body of water. This body of water is in the way of you getting home. Well, first of all, what is this body of water? And what I mean by that is it a river, a stream, a lake? Is it the ocean? It could be any body of water. What is it? Oh, okay. 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 So like I said, this body of water is in the way of you getting home. You actually have to cross that body of water. So as you're crossing, how wet do you get crossing that body of water? It could be any quantity of wetness. You could be completely dry crossing the body of water. Maybe only to your ankles, maybe to your chest, maybe fully deep. Up to you, really. Anything. Okay. Yeah, that's totally fine. Nice. Yeah. Okay. So, actually, that concludes the test. Well, not really a test. It's more of a kind of like a survey. But you answered all these questions, and all these questions actually have a meaning. So, at the beginning of the survey, I asked you what person you were walking with. And basically, the person that you answered is supposed to be a person that is really important to you. It could actually even be the person who's the most important to you. But basically, the person you are walking with is a person that's very important to you. And as you went on, you actually encountered an animal. And so, the actual type of animal has no actual significance. But the size of it, whatever size the animal is actually a representation of how you see your problems. So if the animal is really big, well, obviously you think your problems are very big. If it's small, then you think your problems are small. And then the action that the animal does, whether it's severe or more peaceful, if it's severe, it means that you tend to tackle your problems in a more aggressive way. And if his action was a bit more peaceful, then you're much more calm in the way you tackle your problems. And so after this, you actually ended up going to a house in the middle of the woods. And I asked you how big the house was. And your response, whether big or small, is a representation of your ambition. If it's a big house, then you're very ambitious. If it's a small house, then maybe you're not as ambitious. Maybe you don't need that many things, right, to be happy. So maybe you're less ambitious. But anyways, as we went inside, we saw a table. And I asked you to describe what was on the table. A basic interpretation of this would be that if you didn't choose to describe the table as being filled with flowers or with food, it indicates that maybe there's some unhappiness in your life. As you were walking out of the house, I asked you what the cup outside of the house was made out of, and what do you do with it? And based on your response, what the actual cup is made out of, it symbolizes the strength of the relationship that you have with the person you mentioned at the beginning, who you're walking with in the woods. And what you do with the cup is actually if you can interpret it as an attitude, with the attitude that you keep with that person, kind of just your attitude towards them, you know. And so as you kept on walking and you came to a large body of water, actually the body of water is supposed to be related to your sexual drive. So if it was a huge body of water, obviously your sexual drive is huge. But if it was a small stream or something, then your sexual drive is not that big, you know. And you also have the challenge of having to cross the body of water. And I asked you how wet you get. And so basically how wet you get is a representation of how important sex is to you. And so, if you got really wet to the point where your whole body was soaked, then sex might be really important to you. But if you only got a little bit wet, then it means that maybe sex isn't such an important factor in your life. I'm really looking forward to our next session. Again, there's a paper at the front desk for you to fill out to see if you're satisfied with the session. Of course, if you're not satisfied, we give you your money right back. But if you are, of course, you can make another appointment for the next time that we meet. Yeah, really, that's all. If you ever need to talk, just know that I spend most of my time in this office, so I'll probably be here. And even though I do charge, just know that I actually do care. It's just I have to make a living somehow, right? But I actually do care deeply. And so, come anytime you need help with anything. And I'll be here. But for now, bye.